Yay, I am happy. Today I got my toys in from Telesin and I think these are must buys to be determined. Let's check it out and unbox and determine, at least for this one. Check this one out. It is a charging adapter base. Whoa, that is so cool. Model TSJBK17 on. It doesn't have like a real name for it, but you know, you get the point. You can find on their Telesin website. All right, anyway, let's unbox it and what it is. Okay, there's a instruction manual in text I cannot read because I'm so old. Holy crap, disclaimer. Shoot, what does that even say? Too old to read. Who cares? Here it is, the Telesin adapter. Charging adapter? Ta-da! Type-C connector. Yes, I'm so excited about this one. Okay, this is my dream. When I saw Potato Jet talking about the Go Ultra, he was talking about how he was carrying the Go Ultra camera by itself. And
actually, sometimes I'm actually going out without this. Actually, I just carry this around.
He loved carrying it by itself, and I have that same sentiment in which I would love just to carry this instead of the whole thing, right? Because this together is kind of like the weight and the size of a full action cam, and then this is so much more pocketable and carryable. So we have this, and this connects just like that. You can feel the magnet, pull it in. Got the two buttons. Look at this construction. So it feels like metal. There is a silicone pad here. Here's the connection points. It is spring loaded. We have, this is the exciting part, GoPro adapter with magnets, so nice and clean in a way. Elegant solution. And I believe this is plastic, so this is acrylic or whatever plastic they use to make it, and that is the smart choice. I see there's screws here. That's a smart choice because it's actually, this is what you want to break away, not breaking away the mount attachments if you happen to get in a crash. But tripod, GoPro, Type-C charger, amazing. So this can stay at home if you wanted to. I do have an upcoming trip and I plan to take all three. Just in case, I'll bring this, but ideally I would want just this. And now this is more pocketable, more lighter, more compact for daily use, for travel use. So let's see, let me connect this to a charger so you can see what happens, how it functions. Plug it in, Type-C, and voila, we have a red light here, and the red light turns into green when it's fully charged. How do you know how much percentage? You're gonna have to do everything by the DJI Mimo app. So what is the limitations of, you know, not having this in the Mimo app? It's, I think basically I try to go through everything, and I think it's mostly that there's a function in this. Actually, let me turn it on and show it. Press this on the right, and then we have, this stabilization scenario. So they have the daily, you have the sport, you have the anti-motion blur thingy, you know, for low light. How to offload the videos on the camera. There's three ways. One is by DJI Mimo, either through the cable or through the Wi-Fi. There's the cable, you can go out. And there's also the SD card that you can back up into here. And the fastest is by cable to get out. Second fastest is by Wi-Fi, and then the longest one for my test was the backing up through the SD thing. So what I plan on doing is I'm just gonna turn it on and select the files by Wi-Fi and then offload it through the DJI Mimo app. So basically I'm using the Mimo app just to control everything and just not using this. So what this doesn't have, so the pros and the cons, let's just go through all the weight that you save. Let's get the weight of this thing. And let's see how much we're saving. So this thing weighs about 19.7 grams. My God, this is heavy. This is heavier than the camera itself. 71, oops, 66. That's the extra 6, or that's extra weight from the case. But this thing weighs quite a bit. Of course this is like a power bank, but I'd rather carry a power bank and this, and then save the extra weight of this. Because when I'm shooting, I can just point it in the general direction that or use DJI Mimo for composure. So this is lightweight and will also make it more compact. This also, you can use it to extend the recording time if you had this mounted somewhere without having this huge thing in the way if you're trying to have extended runtime. So let's see. I wanted to show you this, and if you see my other videos talking about the low light and testing, I had tested 4 different mounts, and this was one of the mounts. This is a kind of great, you know, you've seen this style many times. It's a necklace mount. You can kind of twist it and make it like a desktop holder or go around your neck. This is actually much more stable than this. Here's the necklace. When you have the necklace on your body, the camera tends to shake which is really bad in low light. It's kind of okay in the daylight. And if you have this, it's more stable. So imagine you have the GoPro connector. I have to put in my GoPro to tripod, and this is included when you buy the Nano. This is your little suction cup thing. So this is a tripod suction cup, and you got the ball. But imagine having the GoPro and this attached to it. So imagine, get this off, just compare. What a klutz. Imagine this mounted to this. Imagine this instead of this huge thing. You don't need all this. Can be used for other things, right? So this is so much more streamlined. If you have it here, then it's like so much, it's less obtrusive, less like conspicuous for other people to see. Yeah, this is great. I'm so excited about this thing. Like I said, the pros, we saw this like just lightweight, has a GoPro, has a tripod, you can charge it. The cons would be that this is just a direct through charging. The camera does all the intelligence, so the camera will tell it basically to stop. So this is, there's no circuit or anything in here to manage like whatever the charging, which may be okay, you know, you just want a simple. Another con could be that I'm not sure how weatherproof this is. So if you were to get caught in a rain, there's no circuit, it's actually pretty much a direct connection to this. And just like you would not charge, if this part wasn't clean on your dock, you wouldn't also charge. So you have to have that same care, the mindset. I mean, basically I'm saying, I suppose the risk of these two are quite similar. They're not meant to be, they're meant to be sort of weatherproof and not dunkable. Okay, so I think those are the pros and cons of that. And yeah, I think this is a really great buy. 20 bucks. Okay, let me show you the second item. Why the heck do I buy another neck holder when I already have one? Why am I doing this? Okay, I think this one, I was pretty sure that this one actually rotates sideways, I think, which will give you more options, but I actually don't care about that. I'm not going to open up and do the video on this. I want to do a little more extensive testing before I recommend this, but I think this is probably one of the best necklace mounts. It's similar to this one where it doesn't have, what doesn't have is that strap. I think that strap is what I'm looking for. Most of the time, like if you're doing the walking, you wouldn't have to do the strap, but if you needed it, it has that option. So I believe with this strap that you have a chest mount like kind of stability. So if you do any kind of sports, like if you're maybe leaning more for cycling, I think you can be okay with this on like a share bike. But if you're on a road bike, you might want this. It's more stable, especially in low light. You want to keep it as stable as possible. And then also if you're running, you want the thing to be held tight against your body. You need a strap to hold it tight against your body. That's why this, if you use like the stock pendant, this is okay in very bright light. I think it's kind of okay to run, but it's not going to get the best quality. I think this part of your system, you have this, right? You have the very simple, you have this and this together. This actually can round out the system where you can handle a lot of sports and without the swampy chest mount. So if you use like the GoPro chest, the GoPro bra as they refer, or the chest mount, that, you know, you have that huge pad that looks in front of it, makes you look like a tactical like SWAT member. So I think this is a more modern solution, a more smarter solution. And because this has a strap, it is different and it's a smarter solution, and it's a good idea. So happy on these two products that just came in. And I don't actually have to test, I don't have to show you, right? Because there's nothing to show on this. You see that it clips in just as you would. You have the two buttons here, and these parts, what clips in is the metal, and then you have this. See the little magnet? Super nice, man. They really did a good job on this. Quality is nice. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Those are the free things you can do to support the channel. I'm not making any money.
Yeah.